Hello everyone, my name is Webweaver and welcome back to World of Horror. So listen. It's Haru Arc Gaming once again. Once again, we're Haru Arc Gaming because that's our life now, that is our life. The static raid's tomorrow, but are we gonna get very far? Probably not, because it's re-clearies, and I'm probably not gonna have the time to do, like... Because I think we're willing to skip every fight, it's just that because we go on Tuesday, it's like nobody really has the time to do re-clears. Like, if we started on Thursday, yeah, I could dedicate a couple of days to doing stupid Party Finder nonsense, yeah, no problem. But, you know, since it's on Tuesday, and it's like, I basically, like, log on, like, an hour before raid, right? So, if I'm lucky. So it's like, getting the re-clears done before the static is ready. We've had this seed before. Don't even tell me we haven't, but it doesn't matter because the seed doesn't do anything. But, you know, it is what it is, I suppose. Like, we're probably gonna spend... I mean, I think we did all of our re-clears in, like, less than 40 minutes once, which was really nice. We one-shot everything. So, you know, obviously we'd like to do that again, but here's the thing, we're just gonna be stuck on Pinax for 8 million years. Why is Pinax the hardest mechanic? Like, seriously, we have Act 2 almost down to a goddamn science, and we have not practiced that as much as we've practiced Pinax. And I'm just like, what do we die on? We die on Pinax and orbs. Can you believe it? That's what we die on. That's freaking crazy. The Act 2? Nah. Act 2 is for babies. No, let me tell you about Pinax. That's the real shit. You see, four squares are gonna get different elements, and then they're gonna go off in a predictable order that you're gonna be able to know every single time because it's somewhat scripted. So when the first one happens, or when the first two happen, you know what the last two are gonna be because there's 4 elements and they go off in a specific order. And so it's very easy because of the fact that you always know what's going to happen before it happens and you have time to adjust. You know, that's the copium. The actual reality of the situation is that everybody dies on Pinax every single time, because Pinax is the hardest mechanic in the Savage tier, and you're never gonna convince me that it's not. Act 2 is literally just walk here, walk over there. It's not hard. Act 1 is walk here, walk over there. Act 3 is walk here, walk over there. Act 4, guess what? It's walk there, walk over here. You know what Pinax is? It's a goddamn nightmare, that's what it is. You got 4 elements. How am I supposed to remember what 4 elements are? It's freaking crazy. Like, I don't even know what it is about Pinax. It's just like, people all, me included, okay, I'm not innocent in this. I'm not, like, you know, a perfect Pinax gamer. Absolutely not. I die to it. I'm a moron. I'm the idiot. Like, I die to orbs. I die to orbs all the time. And I die to Pinax pretty often as well. Like, we die to Pinax and orbs more often than we do to anything else once we learn it. And we've been learning the axe really quickly. Like, when our... Well, they swap, but, like, when one of our tanks, our warriors, said, oh, you know, Phase 1 is the harder phase. Like, the door boss is harder than Phase 2. I was like, there's no way, there's no shot. You know, I have a friend traumatizing me about Act 2, saying it's the hardest mechanic in the game. And it'll take us weeks. We get Act 2 done in, like, 2 hours. Like, Act 2 is not that bad. It's like, well, maybe, like, 2 or 3 hours in, like, total of practicing Act 2. But, like, but the thing is, we still don't have Pinax down. That's the craziest thing. Like, sometimes we'll do it, like, we'll just say, fuck it, we ball, and we'll do it first try. We'll just one-shot the door boss, and that feels so good. But a lot of the time, we're just sitting on the door boss, waiting to shout, he's Morbin, because we all shout, he's Morbin, when we get to the cutscene. And I shouldn't say we all shout, like, 3 of us, me included, shout, he's Morbin. What am I doing here, by the way? I don't know, I hate this. We never saw Moriko, by the way, did we? No, we didn't. I don't remember it. Do you know how many times I've seen Moriko on the film color palette? Probably way too many times if you consider all the times I've played Moriko with the film color palette. But, I don't know, maybe we could see her in a reasonable amount of time as a treat, you know? But yeah, tomorrow, Recleary's gonna die for 2 hours on Eric, and then one-shot Hippo and Phoenix, because that's just how it goes sometimes. If you don't one-shot it, you're gonna be stuck on it for like 18 million years. That's just kind of how things go, honestly. So one of the nice things is that we can sell the bandage, and then we can buy the... I didn't check the lighthouse again, that's completely fine. We can adjust, alright? We can adjust to what we need to do. Now, I would love to win the lottery, or get sent some random money, you know, as a treat. Probably should have opted into the stamina here because we were full health on both of them, so it's like it doesn't really matter. But there, you know, there you go. We lost some health the good old-fashioned way, failing a skill check again twice in a row. Yeah, sure. I'll try to recruit an ally. I think that there are some things in this game, like, there's sort of, like, I don't want to call it, like, a fallacy, because, you know, it's not, but it's just the word that came to mind immediately. It's that when you're getting into World of Horror, there are certain, like, things that you have. We got a dislocated shoulder, that's completely fine. There's just certain things in World of Horror that happen that's, like... You've got to take the gambit, right? Like you've got to be like, okay, this is what we're doing. This is what I'm doing. Because, yes, it is a chance, but it's something that... Okay, badly bleeding, though, that's completely fine, because the school nurse can take care of it. Oh, she also treated the dislocated the shoulder. What a friend. School nurse is shaped like a friend, which is one of the best things I've ever heard somebody say about a character. I think I initially heard it about Kirby. Like, somebody said Kirby was shaped like a friend, and it's like, that's true. That's true and real. Getting a little desperate gaming here. Well, I'm certainly glad we didn't go for the, heavy-duty flashlight after that. But, you know, you could say, hey, maybe wait for Jar of Blood. And not doing a damn thing to save them. -1 reason. But we got EXP, which we are, like... We basically sacrificed... It's very interesting if you think about it. We basically sacrificed the benefit of medical history to buy a package of smonks and get 5 EXP. So not at all worth it for, I would imagine, a lot of characters. But on Haru, where the smonks are your freaking lifeblood. How do we only have 16, by the way? Did we low roll with both of them? What the hell? They didn't even go to the freaking, whatchamacallit. Completely pointless. Household Hell, Violent Vigil, Wordless Ward. I'm kind of scared of Wordless Ward, I'll be honest with you. I really want to go into Violent Vigil, but I can't justify that. Like, we'll go into, we actually could skip Household Hell if we wanted to, but we won't. I think that we need the EXP, and the longer mystery will do us good. You know, we could die here, by the way. I didn't realize the seaside was freaking doomed. That's crazy. I mean, we're gonna have to rest before we go in. Leave it for later. You can't waste the entire day in front of a computer. Ha 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 ha! Funny joke. Funny joke game. Funny joke. I would never. Webb would never. He would never. That's actually kind of pog. And by that I mean it's kind of bad, because it's like, we were gonna rest anyways, and it only gives us 1 because of, you know, whatchamacallit, but 8-7, we would have to be pretty unlucky to die here. Well, I say that, but here we go, there's some bullshit happening here. I feel like we'll just do that and get the ancient ring and then, like, you know, sell it if the doom gets a little scary. Because we need, it feels so bad because it's a strength buffing item, but you lose strength getting it, so you don't actually feel We're not gonna use the semi-auto. We used our, we played our semi-auto Exodia card already, so we're completely fine. Oh god, is this our second enemy, by the way? Because our first enemy was the Twisted Corpse, right? We haven't fought anybody else? I'm pretty sure, right? Like, I can't remember fighting anybody. That probably explains why our EXP is so low. Absolutely not. I'm gonna do something called a pro gamer move, and I'm gonna flee for my life. So here's the thing: 50% Doom. Remember, we can take 5% away at any time. We'll touch the stone. That's completely fine. First aid. Oh my god, it's really wanting me to take the semi-auto, but that's okay. We won't. Now, I would really appreciate if the Doom stopped. Like, if the Doom could chill, that would be great. But the Doom is not chilling, which is understandable. Have a nice day, but at the same time, like, you can also just like go to heck. But listen, okay, we're not past our average view duration yet, so I'm kind of sus on whether or not I should tell this story, but you know what? Sure, why not? It's public information. It's on Twitter.com, so who cares? But basically, I got fucking locked on targeted by the Twitter algorithm, and I don't even know how, because it said based on your likes. But listen, the only thing that I like on Twitter is the occasional somebody telling a really good joke, and whatchamacallit, like Valhalla and Toho fan art. Like, I genuinely do not know why this was based on your likes, but here's the thing. I'm not complaining, alright? I'm not complaining. There's this Twitter account. It's one of those, like, insert character of the day here. And here's the thing, alright? I'm just saying, the theme, it's about power. If you know, like, that's a Markiplier reference, by the way, just so that some people aren't completely fucking lost on why I just lost it there. But listen, let's just say, like, I was completely targeted, and I don't follow people on Twitter very often, but that Twitter account got a follow. Okay, we'll just leave it at that. It is a based Twitter account, 100%. Well, so far, anyways, they only have like 60 tweets. They're all good, just saying. But you know, they also, like, they have over 100,000 followers, and they only have 60 tweets. That's kind of crazy. I think it was actually 160,000 now that I think about it. That's freaking insane. But it's a great Twitter account, so, you know, obviously. But I don't know, like, is that normal? Like, do people just start, like, a gimmick Twitter account, and then the gimmick Twitter account, like, takes off, and it's just, like, insanely popular? And, like, the engagement on some of those tweets is really good, you know, like 40+K interaction on, like, people who click the button. Like, I don't even know what the impressions are, but they must be crazy. And I don't even know how it could even, like... I mean, listen, obviously, it's a Twitter account for people who are based. Just putting that out there. But, you know, it's just like, it's not a subject matter that I would think would be, like, viral Twitter account material. Which, you know, I like to think about stuff like that, of, like, what could be viral and what could not be viral, and why the reasons for those things are. Not that I ever, like, make decisions based on that, because this is just a hobby for me, so it's like, I don't really care. But I do find it fun to think about, like, ooh, what could I do that could go viral, you know, just as, like, a treat. I don't want to go to Violent Vigil. I really don't want to go to Violent Vigil. What if we went to... Oh, Jesus Christ. What if we went to, Wordless? No. No way. No shot that I go to Wordless Ward here. No shot. Alright, I'm going to Wordless Ward. I think that it just had to be done, honestly. Hold on, make sure we don't mess this one up. What are we selling? What are we selling? The ancient ring, that's what we're selling. It's a trick freaking question. 7 strength. That actually feels bad. Why does that feel bad? Oh, blood loss? No. Oh god, we're gonna run out of smonks. Oh Jesus. Oh no. Okay, that's fine. That's completely fine. We'll be okay. All right, we'll be fine. Okay, that's not cool. But yeah, it's a great Twitter account. Great Twitter account. But anyways, it is like, is it being caught in 4K, as Joey would say? I don't know. Because it's like, it's the Twitter algorithm basically saying, hey, you would like this. So I'm not entirely sure. I don't know how to, oh, hold on. Access the storage. Grab this. Go ahead and rest. And here's the thing, I'm being as vague as possible, because I mean, it's not even that bad, really. I just want, like, listen, this is like this is engagement farming, alright? This is engagement farming. This is to see how many people are curious enough to click the link that goes to my Twitter and then see who I'm following. That's basically what it is. Like, I mean, okay, you have two choices. You can either pause the video now, or a random point in the future of this video, I'll just say the name of the Twitter account, okay? So you can either pause the video now and go give me, like, Twitter engagement, or just a random period from, like, starting now to the end of the video. Because if I just said the end of the video, you'd skip there. 1 night remaining. But why did you want to stay? The 5th night! Oh no. Why did you want to stay 5 nights at the freaking hospital? I just don't get it. That's true and real. Okay, hold on. It's a ghost enemy. Okay. Are you serious? We're doing 3 damage? Like, I get it. Okay, I get it. But at the same time, we have to run. Like, we have to run from both of them. I don't know how this will work. Are you crazy? Like, we're doing... Okay, well, actually 10 is not that bad. Is this the 55% gambit? Is this the 55% gambit? I'm not entirely sure. Because it's like, you know... I really don't want to go up to, what is that, 83% Doom? I would rather not. I would really rather not. But, I mean, we have these 2 things right here, so that buys us some time. Buys us 1 turn. Wait a minute. Every time you... Okay, we're not losing reason, though. That's completely fine. We're not losing reason. So we're not... Paranoia is not gonna proc. I feel like you could glitch that. So this is a 75% chance. The thing is, we'd have to do this twice. So that means that we'd have to throw the monkey wrench as well. So I think ultimately the special run is, it's too much. So we've got the painkillers, that's pretty nice. But, I wanna be honest with you, Chief. This ain't it. This ain't happening. Oh my god. This is not going good at all. Are you ready for violent vigil gaming? I don't think you're ready for violent vigil gaming. There is a tactical purpose to this, okay? There is a reason, there's a methodology to this madness. And specifically, it's at BuffWomanOTD. And specifically, it is, well, we've got the level up, but we also have, like, here's the thing. We're gonna increase stamina, because what I want is, all these perks are fucking terrible. I guess we'll take Arcane Grasp, because it's a blue option, but at the hospital? I don't know, honestly. They're all not good. But we're gonna take stamina here, and the gambit that we're betting on, alright? How disastrous this run has gone is what we want to do is we want to fight the animated head. That is literally the only reason I chose this mystery. I think it's the only realistic chance that we have. And this is not the animated head. This is a lot worse. We literally cannot run. We are forced to fight. And so, you know, you better, Now, here's the thing. We can actually... No, absolutely. Even if we could, absolutely not. Never that. We can't guarantee that he's dead. So give me two 70% chances. Then dab on me with the desperation. Crap. And we should be fine. Now listen, we're on a freaking wing and a prayer, alright? Like, I mean, I don't think Haru even has that. Like, Haru has less than that. Oh yeah, we're getting a 6% doom from this. That's not gonna work out very well, is it? No, it's not. I mean, he could just freaking kill me, by the way. Like, that's true and real. Hey, look, a free spell that we can cast. Definitely, that won't instantly freaking kill us. Well, you know, it is what it is. Oh no. Okay, I think that'll be it for today's episode. What really went wrong there? I'm not entirely sure, like, we just never really had an opportunity to get multiple smonks, I guess. Like, we just never saw Jar of Blood, and I think that's something that I'm starting to really see with the Haru arc, is that, yes, if you get the semi-auto and use it, you just win, because it's the semi-auto, and it's overpowered. But, like, I'm starting to just come to the conclusion that your entire success plan for Haru is just how many smonks that you can buy. And when you can't buy that many smonks, then what ends up happening is it's just like, I don't know what that, like, I guess, how do I put it? Like, if you get Jar of Blood consistently to where you can keep buying smonks, it's the easiest run you've ever had in your life. But it just has that inconsistency where it's like, oh yeah, your stats are average at best, and you kind of, like, need to keep the smonk. You need to have fuel for the fire, right? You need to have fuel for the... Well, I need to have fuel for the banter engine. Haru has to have fuel for the murder engine. He has to power down his running engine and redistribute that power to his, you know, whatchamacallit, his I'm going to beat you to death engine. And unfortunately, like, if you don't get the smonks, you don't have the run. And, like, I think a problem, like, here's the thing, though, like, I think a problem that we had was we gave EXP to Genji Ito, so we were behind the whole game. And it's like, that still was something that we had to do because we had to get Smonks. Does that make sense? So what I think is actually really hilarious is the Haru arc has shown us how powerful Smonks are, but Smonks are not unique to Haru. Every character in the game can do exactly this, except every other character in the game doesn't have nicotine withdrawal by default. So for every other character in the game, they still might objectively be better than Haru. I think that once the Haru arc is finally over and we can go back to playing other characters, I feel like we'll be able to see how much Hard Knock really does, because that is literally the only thing that Haru has going for him, I'm pretty sure. Like, okay, his perks are okay, but, especially with semi-auto, right? Like, the thing is, if Haru gets semi-auto, he wins the game, right? Now, we're obviously not gonna do that, because it makes like, ever since we started using semi-auto, and we got, like, 3 runs of it consistently, I realized that it's just not a fun weapon to use, because it just breaks the game. So...
Oh, sorry. Suddenly, somewhere, Emmerdale seems to have disappeared. We'll go back to it as soon as we can, once we've found it.
Emmerdale moment right at the end. Say it ain't so. Anyways, listen. Like, the thing is, what Haru has going for him is a high starting strength, okay perks sometimes, the random ability to just win the game, and then he just has, like, the worst crippling debuff in the entire game. And so you have to decide to yourself, and here's the thing, Haru has a low knowledge, and he's got low dexterity. So those are 2 weapon types that are very easy and consistent to get that he can't use, right? He can't use the steak knife, he can't use the steak knife very well, he can't use the brick very well, you need a lot of investment for the heavy-duty flashlight to work, and brain damage basically makes any knowledge build on Haru unviable because that's 2 level ups that you've wasted. That's 200 EXP that you've wasted. It is not recoverable at that point. Every other character in the game has, like, pretty much more viable combat in general. Now, of course, again, Haru has the semi-auto, he gets it, he wins the game. Haru has... You know, if Haru gets, like, 30 plus smonks, he wins the game. But it's just you're rolling that dice every single game you play where it's like, are you getting Jar of Blood? Are you getting funds? Are you getting items that you can sell? Are you even getting the mysteries that allow you to consistently buy smonks? Because the problem is, for every other character in the game, you go on your first floor, you buy all of the items that you need, and then you win the game easily. But with Haru, you have to consistently keep shopping, and that's not that bad at the vending machine, because the vending machine can't be taken away, and the vending machine will occasionally give you bricks. But I honestly think this is the Haru brainworms, alright? I think the vending machine should be buffed. Now, some of you immediately, like, fight or flight responses have been triggered, people are freaking out, there is chaos in the streets, you hate me for saying this, but here is the buff that I want, because it won't really affect any other character in the game unless they end up getting a lot of money, in which case you can opt into the Smonk strategy for a free win. But here's the thing, I mean, that's one of the problems that Haru has, is that he's forced to go Smonks every game because of, you know, of nicotine withdrawal. And you could try to be more tactical with it, but you know, you just have to, if you're not smonking, and you get unlucky, then you just have to run every single time, because you literally cannot fight most of the enemies in this game if you're not smonking. And so you have to decide, like, you have to make the distinction on, what RNG do I want to take? Do I want to take the Jar of Blood Fund RNG, where it's like I have to keep buying smonks, or do I want to take the RNG for this mystery where I've decided not to smonk, I just have to hope that I don't fight any enemy, because most of the enemies in the game are gonna kick my ass. But anyways, the buff that I want is I want the vending machine to not be affected by price hike. okay? That's what I want. Because it will only affect the Smonk strategy, and the vending machine is still overpriced by 1 anyways. I think if the vending machine wasn't affected by price hike, it would make it a lot better. But at the same time, like, I don't know. Like, I don't think that Haru... Like, Haru requires some RNG, which you could say, oh, it's a roguelite. Of course it requires some RNG. But, specifically, all of the other characters have a better foundation than Haru does. Haru is just a dice roll of a dice roll of a dice roll. And so, you basically have to decide, like, what dice roll you want to take. Are you taking the dice roll where you're hunting for money for the entire game to buy smonks? Or are you hoping that you just dodge combat, right? And that's one of the reasons why I want to try Small Candle Haru one of these days. I might try it tomorrow, but who knows? So anyways, thank you so much for watching. My name has been Webweaver, and yeah, it's a base Twitter account, by the way.